didn't invent all this marvelous things we have today.
That's
But
true.
you
We
had a hand in them
well,
on
we
some level.
wondered we wondered, Ben, in the present day, what are some of the things we wanted to ask about you in the present day? So, like for
Oh,
instance, what invention in the present day do you feel like you had a hand in making?
oh, let's see what could be the present day. I think this little gadget is fascinating. Oh, I see it, an iPhone. This little gadget fascinates me because it's communication. My
Hmm.
career was in communication, in my
Hmm.
printing, my newspapers, my Poor Richard's Almanac that I just
Hmm.
happen to have a copy here. Um, so I had a media empire. So any today social media, smartphones, I think is this is a natural progression of communication that certainly began way thousands of years before I was ever born and has continued on with developments, inventions, efficiency. I mean, I developed postal routes as postmaster that had I could get a letter to New York in 2 days.
Wow.
Be able to, today, it seems like if you sent a letter to New York lately here, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the truth. Now
So
I saw you held up the Poor Richard's Almanac. Do you prefer to read it in the print version or on your phone in the, an electronic version?
I read everything in your century today. I read on my phone. I
Yeah.
actually read books through Audible. I think that is fascinating.
Yeah.
Well,
God,
it certainly makes things faster and easier.
it does. So when I'm in my carriage,
That's
and
not good for the libraries, though, right, Jill?
No,
my
we have online audiobooks and ebooks. So yeah, it's fine for the libraries.
libraries have them now, it's just
Yeah.
fascinating, wonderful invention. And I'm quite quite impressed with the 21st century. I see nothing but just progress and greatness. I know there's some gloom and doom out there for some people, but in all, it's quite a journey we're on here in this planet of ours.
Yeah. And that's good to hear, Ben. We get a lot of flack, I think, from the older generation saying that us younger generation that we're always on our electronics and, we don't do things like they used to do it, 50 years ago. But you kind of like the progress we've made. You think it's good, right?
Well, I look at the young people today and how they're using their iPhones or smartphones and their tablets, and then they just immerse themselves in there. That's good. They're reading something. They're doing something. Should they read Seneca's tragedies and that was maybe the basis of some of Shakespeare's plays? Well, that would be nice. But, I don't think they'll be at a loss for not doing that. They certainly, and as they get through their lives older, they can reach for some of the classics and read them, and they still get to read some of it, even in their they move on to the universities and colleges. There's still a little bit of required reading. So,
Yeah.
but I like the direction that our young people are headed these days. I'm very proud of them.
Well,
Oh,
that's good.
good.
Now,
Thank you.
on your phone there, do you ever use it to get Doordash?
Now, see, I have to do a little digging for Doordash. What is Doordash?
Well, it's a way to have food
Maybe help me.
delivered to your house. Yeah.
I like that idea. That seems excellent.
I started
Yeah.
using it recently and it's very lovely. I'd never used to like to have takeout ordered to be delivered to my house. I would like to pick it up, but with DoorDash, I don't mind it so much.
Well,
Okay. Yeah, you can
I would have
order
loved
from restaurants,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Well, we had deliveries of food to our houses in the 18th century. It might not have been cooked or prepared.
Right. So you said you use some social media, Ben? What do you
Well,
use?
I use uh, we're doing a pod. This is my first podcast. This is very interesting.
Oh, wow. How
It's a
exciting.
it's a form of it's radio, I suppose, if I could get a term, but there is a slight bit of video involved that you'll post segments of it, I suppose.
Yes. Well,
So
we have to.
Yes.
The people want to see you, I'm sure.
Right. Which is a reminder to our listeners, you have to check our social media and our YouTube to get the visual of this episode, because you have to see the visual part of this episode. You have to see Ben Franklin. You have to see him.
So I think that the visual part and YouTube are great. Doordash, I'll have to I guess I'll have to download an app. Is that what I have to do?
Yeah. Get the app.
Oh boy, another app.
Another app. Now,
I have to go back to the food subject. We were talking about food, DoorDash, but what do you have a favorite fast food restaurant? Like the restaurants now in the present day are very convenient. Ben, do you visit any of these very convenient fast food places? If so, which one?
Well, I noticed one because I sort of caught my eye in the 21st century. The Scottish concern that's MacDonald, I believe.
Is that place Scottish? I never knew.
I thought that MacDonald seems like quite a name. So I thought in my travels in around Europe, I didn't necessarily stay in London. I made some trips up to Scotland and Ireland and around Europe, and was quite impressed with the Scots. So when I arrived in this center, I thought, well, let me give the Scottish guy a try. And I had a fondness for the Scots because my my journeyman that bought my print shop in Philadelphia, David Hall, he was a Scottish fellow. So, and he was quite the work ethic. So I thought, well, this concern of McDonald's food, they must be pretty dedicated, and I see they're thriving. Now,
they are. Yeah.
They're all over the place.
I mean,
they are franchised like my print shops.
that's right.